Hello there. This is my Daiwa PS2005. I bought this reel in the 90s, like everything else I've got. It's just this is, in my opinion, the best reel that I own. It's wonderfully smooth. It's just uh, you can see how the line lays on it. It's just a beautiful reel. The only thing I don't like about it is it has that fast cast or whatever you call it. I hate these things, but back in the 90s when I bought my reels, this was the in thing. So so I live with it. Um but when you start looking at this reel, I've had this reel a long time. Like I said, 90s. Okay? So when you look at a reel, it doesn't matter how much the thing cost. We're going to take this spool off while we talk. It doesn't matter how much the thing cost. And you can see I've got fresh grease on here. So I recently serviced this reel, but I did not service the drag system. You can see that's got 30 years of dirt and grime and grunge and all kind of stuff in it. And it doesn't matter how much you pay for a reel, how much you pay for a rod, what kind of line you use, or anything like that. Your drag system is the most important thing on your reel. Let me say that again. Your drag system is the most important thing on your reel. This can literally determine the difference between catching and not catching fish. And that's a fact. Everything else can be perfect, but if there's anything wrong with this drag, you're going to find out real quick that that's not a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to service this. And I figured since I was going to do it anyway, I just as well bring you guys in. And I want to remove this wire. Basically, it's like a wire spring. You have to be careful with this though, because spring is an operative term. And if you're not careful, you're going to end up, it's going to end up flying off into the great blue yonder, into the great wide open, as Tom Petty would sing. And I cannot get this booger out of here. I have to give it to Daiwa for that. That's in there. That's not coming out by accident. You're going to have to purposely take that out if you want it out. So there we go. Well, I lifted it up, but it didn't. You saw how that flew? It's important to understand that. So what I'm going to do now, the first thing I'm going to do is wipe that off, because there's a lot of grunge on that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to set it from right to left as things came off of this. So here. There's plenty of grease in here. It didn't skimp on that. Want it to be. There's a felt washer. This is a fairly sophisticated drag system to me. And now if you look at this, you see there's a tab here and a tab here. There are tabs in the spool itself that those need to go in when you put this back together. More felt. And they're good and wet. That is what makes the felt work. Felt washer works, because it is wet. So, alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean all that mess out, or as much of that mess as I can get out. There's a little groove in here that spring that we took out rides in. And I want the crap out of that first. And you can hear the grit. Alright, that's probably all I'm going to get there, but we have that groove. Those grooves that those two tabs on that one washer fit in. I want to clean that out. Keep in mind, this has not been serviced ever. This drag system has never been serviced. Stand by. So it's definitely in need of service. So I want to get all of that crap, and I want to clean here. I want to look at this. That's clean. Alright. So this, we're going to go ahead and drop that down in there. This one we're going to clean off. And then what we're going to do with it, you can use, you know, a $14 real grease that's that you have you get a tiny little bottle of real grease and a tiny little bottle of real oil for $12–14 if you want to. I'll pass. And all I'm doing is I'm just basically cleaning the crud off of this. Out of this drag system. You see all the dirt in it. This hand does not like, steel does not like doing stuff. I can use it. It's healed quite a bit, so I can use it, but it's going to complain a bit when I do, and that's alright. And notice I'm not loading this up with 900 pound of grease. You don't need it. You just need a light coating so that everything is going to work the way it should. This one, if you notice, that's curved. You want the side that is convex on top. This might be kind of difficult. You want that in that, just like that, in that groove. And so what I'm going to do now, lovely. All right. And that's how easy that is. And every 20 or 30 years that you, yeah, working as it should. Every 20 or 30 years that you, when you get the chance, clean your drag system out. And that should serve for another 20 or 30 years. No problems. So thanks for watching. That's how to clean a front drag system and service it. The biggest thing is pay particular attention to exactly how everything came out and the order in which they went out, so that they go back in the same order. And you'll be okay. Clean everything and lube what you think is necessary, but you don't need 100 pounds of grease. And if those felt washers had been dry, I would have put 3-in-1 oil or some other light machine oil on them to moisten them. They need to be wet in order for them to work properly. They're plenty wet from the factory. Wet enough that they lasted 30 years. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.